Okay. Before I will start with my discussion today, okay, I want to introduce first myself to you. I'm your professor in this subject, financial management. Okay. Professor from AMA is Rizal branch. Okay. So today's topic is about special financing. In this topic, you will learn the following. Okay. And you will discover na ito pala to, okay? So, you will learn about lease financing. Learn about venture capital, about factoring, about foreign direct investment, about merchant banking, and mutual funds. So all of this class, this will be a good topic, okay? I'm sure you will like it, okay? So going back here, okay? We can understand, of course, this topic's financial special financing by identifying first what is special financing. Okay? Special financing is risky. Okay? It's risky. Risky terms. Ibig sabihin, utang siya terms. And it is definitely a loan. Okay? The returns, of course, there is a returns to the lender. Okay? And the returns from the loan granted must be great enough to cover the risk. And of course, when it is special financing, very much sure that it carry a higher interest rate. So let's talk about lease financing. In lease financing, there is a contractual arrangement. Okay. There is party owning the assets and the right to use the asset on a certain period of time. So I have here, class, a visual about lease financing. So diba, I said there is a contractual agreement, and the agreement is about the lessor and the lessee. Okay, the lessor is the owner of the asset, while the lessee is the one using the asset. So here in this picture, okay, diba? We have the lessor and we have the lessee. See, in this example, the lessee, for example, the lessee is wanted to have a vehicle. Let's say L300 for a business. Okay? Gusto niyang magkaroon ng delivery business from Lazada. Okay? That is in demand ngayon, di ba? Marami ngayong online selling.
Online business.
So, naisip niya ni Leslie, why not engage into a business? Okay? Pwede akong mag-financing. Okay? So, hanap siya ng financing. Ito si Lessor. Okay? Then, they agree na itong L300 na to, na bibilin niya from Mitsubishi. Okay? Let's say, sabihin natin 1 million yan. Okay? The lessor will pay the Mitsubishi and the name of the owner of that vehicle will be in the name of the lessor. Kuwari, sa lessor is si Mr. B, A, and the lessee is Mr. B. Okay? Mr. B is obliged to pay the lessor doon based sa agreement nila. Let's say, sabihin natin, every month, magbabayad si lessee ng mga around 40,000 a month. Okay? 40,000 a month ang bayad niya. Okay? Up to 5 years. also in the contract, okay, kung nandito sa agreement nila, in case of default, let's say, 3 months yung hindi nakabayad, then the use of the vehicle will be transferred totally to the lessor. Okay? Okay. So that is the lease financing, okay? So pag gusto nyo ng mag-business, okay? Pwede yan. Hanap kayo ng mga lease financing na pwede nyong hiraman ng pera. But the ownership will not be with your name. That will be in the name of the lessor. Okay. Next is venture capital. In venture capital, there is money provided by investors to start up firm. Meaning, there is a new business established, okay? And you need a capitalist, okay? So that is when somebody join you, providing you the capital, that is venture capital. In venture capital, there is a long term. Okay, it is always a long-term fund. Meaning, yung owner na nakipag-deal kay investors, in a way, meron siyang utang with the investors, and that will be paid in a long-term period. Okay? And don't forget that in a venture capital, there is high risk. Okay? There is high risk, and of course, as the saying goes in financial management, the higher the risk, the higher the profit. So that is venture capital. Okay. See, in this example, okay, in the venture capital, okay, the venture capital is surrounded by the company. Okay? At merong returns na pinag-uusapan, equity, the growth, okay, the startup, okay. Sometimes, class, it is normal that sometimes, for example, Mr. A, okay, join Mr. B in a business. Si Mr. B put up a business, and then Mr. B needs a capitalist. So, si Mr. A ay nag-join. Okay? Eventually, sa kaka-provide ni Mr. A ng capital, siya na nagiging owner. Okay? Sa laki ng kanyang participation in the capital, nagiging owner na siya. Okay? That is venture capital. Okay? The next one is factoring. Ito, maganda itong factoring. Okay? This is about accounts receivable, okay? This is not like the factoring in math. It's different in financial management, okay? When we talk of factoring in a financial management, it means about accounts receivable to be discounted by a third party. And this is about the worthiness of the debtor, okay? Dapat yung buyer nung company na yon, which is the debtor, siya yung may utang, dapat meron siyang credibility. Next is the risk taken. Okay? There is also risk in this factoring. Okay? By and by, we'll give a elaborated explanation on this. Okay? So there is risk in factoring. See, okay? This is the company, okay? A company. And this is usually it is a bank, okay? That is considered the factor, okay? Siya yung factor na magdi-discount ng accounts receivable. Okay? So, halimbawa, ito si company, meron siyang shipment. Engage si company C, engage siya sa business ng export. So, Ang mga clients niya, ang mga customers niya ay from US, from Canada. Okay. Pag nagbayad kay si company ng mga payments, okay, hindi naman diretsong pupunta kay company. Dadaan yan sa bangko. Okay? So the bank knows na meron ka talagang accounts receivable. Kasi normal na yung mga payments ng customers mo dadaan sa bangko niya. So kung ikaw si bangko, alam mo talagang may mga transactions na gano'n si company, so it is easy for you to grant a accounts receivable rediscounting. Okay? So, example class. That is an example of factoring. Okay? Mr. D, okay, has a collection. Naka-invoice na siya, nakapag-deliver na siya. Let's say sa Canada, okay, nakapag-deliver na siya ng item worth 100 million. Okay? Si Mr. D. Okay? Now, the due date of this 100 million is on October 21. Okay? But, come October 14, ang dami niyang financial needs. Why? Salaries ng employees niya, and then yung rental niya, and then may mga coming shipments siya ng mga purchases niya. So talagang needed niya ang big amount. Let's say, sabihin natin kailangan niya ng mga worth 70 million. Saan niya kukunin yun? Pero meron siyang accounts receivable to be collected nga lang on October 21. So ngayon, si company C, hahanap siya ng bangko na pwedeng magre-discount. Okay? Kunwari, nakahanap siya ng bangko. Let's say, sabihin natin BDO. Okay. O, nakakuha siya kay BDO ng i-discount na 2%. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, BDO will give the money on this date, on October 14. Okay? But, it is discounted by 2%. And how much is the 2%? The 2% is almost 2 million of the 100 million. So in short, ang marireceive na lang ni Company C ay 98 million. Okay? Pero pag nagbayad na si Canada, the customers from Canada, pag nagbayad na siya kay bangko who made the factor, BDO, pag nagbayad na si Canada, Canada is paying si Company C. But since dadaan siya kay BDO, hindi na pararatingin ni BDO yung pera kay Company C. Sa end pa lang ni BDO, kukunin niya na. Okay? Kukunin niya na yung 100 million from customers. Hindi niya na yan ibibigay kay Company C kasi nga si Company C ay nakuha niya na earlier. So, ang tawag dyan ay rediscounting. Okay. So, yan, pwede nyo maging ano yan. I'll give you na tip. Okay. If you have so much money, yung mga nagpapa-post-dated check, di ba? Okay. For example, 10,000, less 1%. Okay. That's good enough. Okay. So, that is factoring. Another one is foreign direct investment. That is also one example of special financing. Okay, pag sinabi natin foreign, it means yung investors niyan ay hindi galing sa Pilipinas. Outside the Philippines yan. Okay? Kaya tinawag silang foreign. Okay? Ano bang meron dito? Okay? Of course, that is investment made by the company to another company. Okay? Na outside ng company nila. Okay? So, I said it is overseas and usually class, the ownership or they're buying this direct investment is through stock exchange. Okay? They will buy stocks from the stock exchange. So in effect, they will be the owner. the stockholders, okay? They will be the stockholders or subscribers, okay? Because they have the stocks. They bought the stocks from the stock exchange, okay? And the receiving firm, of course, if you are the one, there is some foreign investors who wanted to join your company, okay? The foreign investors, of course, meron na siyang say with the technologies na ginagamit mo, that you will be using in your company. Okay? Okay? Meron na rin say sila in the organizational management. And they also have the say on the investment management. Okay? Because they are the owners. Okay? Under their foreign direct investment class C, we have the pros and cons. Okay? So, meron siyang advantage and at the same time, meron din siyang disadvantage. Okay? So, sa advantage, as I've said, may technology, may investment, okay? Pero sa disadvantage naman, yung ethical issues. Okay? Minsan kasi, since they are here, in the Philippines, we have some restrictions na sometimes that is not welcome with the foreign investors. Next, we have the merchant banking. Okay, so merchant banking, it's the same like investment banking. Ang difference lang nila, in the merchant banking, they cater small businesses. While in the investment banking, yung mga big sellers talaga ang kanilang clients. Okay? Under merchant banking, it is a fee-based financial services. Okay? It includes underwriting. So I put here the meaning of underwriting kasi it's not new to us, okay? It's not new. It's we seldom use this terminology in our studies. So when we say underwriting, it is a guarantee payment in case of damage or financial loss, okay? That is the service of the merchant banking. Okay, they act as underwriting. And another service of merchant banking is the consultancy, okay? And other allied services. Okay? In this picture, okay, we can see the scope of merchant banking. Okay, so project counseling, as I have said, consultancy, yung loan syndication, okay, sometimes sila yung nag-agent for you to other company para i-allow ka o i-approve ang loan mo. Okay? And then, even the portfolio management, pinoprovide nila yan. Okay? And then, as I have said, the underwriting services and the issue management. Okay? So, normal yan sa mga negosyante natin ngayon, yung mga, they avail the service of the merchant bank. Okay. The last one is mutual fund. Okay. Okay. I'm sure ang ilan sa inyo, okay, normal na alam nyo na itong mutual fund. Okay. So, by definition, mutual fund is the investment vehicle for investors. Okay. For example, ikaw, you wanted to put up a mutual fund. Okay? Kukuha ka ng maraming investors mo. And that will be your capital. Okay? So, this is a vehicle for investors. Okay. Marami yan. And then, of course, this, because you have investors, so there will be a pool of funds collected. Okay? Meron talagang, kung wala din lang perang involved yan, wala yan, hindi yan mutual fund. Okay? So, it's definite that there is money involved to be collected as from you as the investors. And it is operated by money managers. Okay? Paano ba to? Okay? For your, okay, and of course, meron siyang, you are expecting attractive yields. Mas malaki ang kita dito, okay? Mas, ang yields mo as compared to the bank ay so many times higher than the bank. Okay? So, paano ba to? In a layman's term, in a layman's understanding, what is this mutual fund? Okay. Okay. Ito ang mutual fund para for us to understand it more. Okay? So, there are individual and there are also companies who will invest. Here, this is the fund manager. Okay? They are the fund manager. Okay? Sila, magkukolekta sila. They will get money from these investors. Marami sila. Okay? And these fund managers, the money that they will collect will be invested also in another business. Okay? Why? Yeah, because they need to pay interest for the investors. So that is the flow of a mutual funds. Okay? Now, is that really a good one na tayo, if we have excess money in the bank, we will pull out our money in the bank and then put that in a mutual fund? Okay, this is very risky. Okay? In fact, class, I have here a 5 example of scam in mutual fund. Okay? One example that I have here is the franc Swiss. Franc Swiss happened in 2007. Okay? Okay. Ano ba tong klaseng mutual na to? Okay. Investors class can get 4.5% on a minimum investment of $1,000. So, if you have $1,000, you can join the franc Swiss. Okay? So, you will become investor. And take note that it is a 4.5% return. Okay? In short, for every $1,000 in Philippine money, that is 50,000, you can get $45 a day. So in Philippine money, that is less than 2,500, something like 2,200. Imagine if you have 50,000, that will earn, okay, that will earn 4.5% in a month. Okay? So, another scam happened. Okay? Another scam happened is legacy group. Under legacy group, okay, there are 130,000 depositors in the Central Visayas. Okay? And then the owner of this legacy group is Celso de Los Angeles. Okay? Even Rural Bank and other pre-need firms like insurance join this legacy group. Why? Because they have a promise that they double your money in 3 years and 5 years. Okay. Actually, the return is 20% per annum. Okay. So, magkano ang na-collected nitong legacy group from the Filipino people? It is about 30 billion pesos. And for that, they have charged with multiple syndicated estafa. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, hindi totoo yung kanilang business. Okay? Another one is Aman Future. In Aman Future, this is a pyramid. Okay? There are 15,000 people in Visayas who joined them. And about 12 billion pesos ang na-raise nila. Okay? And it was founded by Manuel Amalillo. According, their promise is about 80% return to investors. So, ang laki nun, di ba? So, ang dami nilang nahikaya, na dami lang na-encourage to invest in this Aman future. And, again, they were charged with syndicated estafa. Okay? Next is M. Goldes. M. Goldes is about buy and sell of gold bars. Okay? Your 1,000 investment can yield up to 10,000. Imagine, ang laki, di ba? Then the 35,000 will yield 180,000. But they have a requirement that investors must recruit at least 2 people. Okay? And actually, they don't have the license. That's why they were SEC filed a case with them. And they were ordered, they were given a cease and desist order. Okay? And the next is Ponzi. Ponzi is, that is the latest, okay? Ponzi is a kappa religious institution, di ba? Parinig natin yan sa news, okay? And the founder is Pastor Joel Apolinario. The members will give a donations. And then the interest that they can receive, they call it gift or blessings. According, the offer is 30% return per month. So if you have 10,000, that will be 36,000 in a year. So investors invest as minimum of 10,000 and up to 2 million. So there are Filipino who invested money more than 10,000. Kasi hanggang 2 million ang ceiling nila. Okay? So another one is the region. Parehas siya ng Kappa. Okay? This time it was founded in Tagum City. That is also in Mindanao. Okay? This one, imagine class, that is 400% return. In 30 days.